Hi guys, it's Lee here for the Saturday update. Now today I have finished work a little bit early. I had a cancellation in the afternoon, so I utilised that. I've come back, I've taken the boy for a little bit of a walk. I'm just about to crack my second or fourth beer open. Joking, it's my first one. Cheers everybody for the weekend to start with. Oh, it's a spot that bad by. Oh, it's lovely. Right, so I've been listening to comments. Decoys told me suggested how to do my filter. Now I have come up with a couple of ideas, which I thought was going to be good, but it turns out that it's possibly not the best plan. So I have a new plan of attack, and what my new plan of attack consists of: bottom drain into easy pod, okay, which is going to be gravity fed. Now that was the main problem I had, gravity fed, because I haven't got a lot of room in this tiny little section here. If you can see here, this is where I was going to keep the easy pod, and I'm not sure if the last time I put it on I had basically a 2x4 coming up here with the easy pod here, so it was kind of restricted, you know, my movement in this section, and I was going to put all the other stuff on this wall here with the return down there. Now I still quite like the idea of the return there, so that's not going to change. However, if I did want to go gravity fed with the easy pod in this small area here, it would be obviously down here, and it would give me a tiny little slither to play with basically. And I've also got like the skimmer in this side here to contend with, which was a bit of a nightmare, and to be honest, I would have liked to have kept all of this area open. If you can remember a couple of videos back, I done a little sketch on my iPad, and I sort of like made this wall fit around the easy pod, but then I realized that wasn't a good idea as well. So to that end of things, I'll take you outside of this little cubby hole and I'll tell you what my ideas are. To that end of things, I think what I'm going to do is, I laid this patio in a bit of a rush, and if you can see, it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, and it's actually raised up from the garden down here, and I've never been keen on it, because obviously what I've done is I had loads of rubble inside from the house, and I've basically stuck it inside there. So it's pretty much like Fred West's patio. I don't know what's underneath there. I'm a bit nervous to take it out, because when I was knocking down those walls in the house, I was slightly drunk, so anyone might be under there. I'm only joking, that's a joke. This is not number 11 Cromwell Street. But yeah, I'm going to take that patio down, and what I'm going to do is, the easy pod here, I'm actually going to sink into the floor here. So this patio will come all the way across here, but what I'm going to do first of all is dig this easy pod into the floor, so the top level here will correspond with the top level of the water in the quarantine tank, which is I think an excellent idea. So basically on the inside, this unit here will be countersunk into the floor there. So I'll dig a square hole down into the soil until I've got about 4 to 6 inches to play with. I'll do a little concrete base in there, and then what I'll do is I'll actually do a block on side, little holding area, a little drain as well, so if any water gets in there, it'll just drain out through this retaining wall. And what I'll do is, so when the actual pod is in there, I'll core drill. I would say, so from here, if the top of the easy pod is there, I'm not going to measure it bang on. The bottom of the easy pod, I guess, would be around this level here. So I'll core drill around here for the dirty waste in, and the clean water out, and we'll still go probably through this area here, because I would have thought the bottom of the easy pod would sit kind of about here, guesstimation wise. Okay, so that's going to be on the other side of this wall in the ground, core drill, boom, into there, absolutely excellent. I have been told by a few people, including Decoy, how it should be done. Gravity into UV, into heater, and then obviously with the pump the other side of the Easy Pod, so it's drawing through, and then boom, up onto a backy shower. So what I'm going to do is, I think actually what we'll do, I might not even do a return from that into the bottom here. So what I might do from there, I've got a lovely natural gap running all the way through here. So I might put the pump in this hole with the Easy Pod, the 10,000 Vari pump inside here. So it'll pump from here, and then it'll go through a pipe hidden in here, up onto a backy shower, which is coming to going to fit onto this wall basically. So the return will be in here instead of a return through here. But I might core drill a return into here just in case I actually do want to put a return there, but I can obviously bung it up. So I'd rather make it in here and fiberglass it and have it in situ and block it off in case I need it. It's kind of like, it's the same principle as, you know, going to a pub with a condom in your pocket and not needing it, than going to the pub and meeting a questionable 10-to-2 encounter and needing it. I've never done that, obviously, but I'm just saying, safety first. So, to that end of the things, I'm going to show you what I've bought and what's come in the post this week, ready for this pond build. Oh. Yeah, so the other thing I've started to get is stuff ready for the fiberglassing process. Now, I won't be fiberglassing it this weekend. Possibly might do it next weekend, but this weekend I've really got to crack on with my rib, because I know the good weather's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. And guys, you're going to love the video updates with me in that rib around the coastline of Pembrokeshire. Wicked. I am going to look like a dirty SBS dude on that, board shorts, chilling out in the sun. Oh, it's going to be wicked. And we're going to be fishing, and we're going to be seeing dolphins for real, and we're going to be seeing sea lions. Oh, it's going to be a dream. It's going to be like an extra on a David Attenborough video, trust me. So anyway, talking about the fiberglassing, so loads of people have actually commented on my last video about, oh, make sure you put the fiberglass in on the video, you know, and show us all how you do it. Well, I am going to show you, because I have watched so much of the is it GPR or GPS line-in pond service. Is a hilarious dude that does that, little northern dude, and he's normally got like a little Mohican, and he's got a little dog. He is really entertaining, to be honest, and he loves a cup of tea, and he's so what's the word I'm looking for, so Nazi when it comes to make sure that there's going to be a tarpaulin over it, there can't be any damp in there, it's got to be this and it's got to be that, and you know, no one else, this is a professional's job, no one should try this at home. Oh my god, I think he's just trying to make work for himself. He is very good though, and if I could afford, well, anyone could afford it, I suppose, if you save it with pennies, but it's way more satisfying if you do it yourself. So I've done one pond myself, so this is where I'm going to show you guys to do your own pond, and if it goes wrong, you'll know how to not do it the same same way as me. But the last one worked a charm, and it cost me nothing. You know, that 2,000 gallon pond, I can't remember how many square meters it worked out. I think it was like 25 square meters, you know, like of wall and floor to fiberglass. But it cost me peanuts, you know what I mean, like 2 tubs of resin, you know, a little bit of matting and some overcoat, and I didn't get that off the internet. What I done is I went to my local roofing supplier, and he was really helpful, mate. I went in there and just said, listen, I got this much surface area to cover, what do I need? And he goes, well, what size matting do you want? And I think I got the 450 gram matting, if that makes any sense. I think that's right. And I put 2 coats of it on, so it's quite thick as well. So I put a double coat of the matting on, used, like, you know, all the resin. I put loads and loads of resin on to make it nice and thick. Sanded it all back, flow coated it, you know, deburred the flow coat with some bits of contaminants, you know, from bugs and flies and stuff. And bear in mind, I done it in the middle of December, right? And I nearly passed out a few times because it's on one of my first videos, and it shows you me getting out of that. Mate, I would never recommend, and I'll be honest with you, I would never recommend anyone to do fiberglassing in an enclosed area, pretty much airtight, because I had to raise the temperature right up to about 15-20 degrees with a Dyson fan. Mate, I lost some brain cells. I didn't have many to start with. I'm not even joking. But I lost some brain cells, and I don't want to scare the missus, but I literally nearly passed out a few times in there. Sort of got up, and I was like all lightheaded, and I thought, ooh, I should have got out, but the fiberglass was going off, so I had to crack on. But I wouldn't recommend that doing that without proper ventilation. And the good thing about this area now is we've got good temperature. I've got a roof on this anyway, so it's perfect, and I've got no windows in at the moment, so the ventilation, this pond is going to be a breeze, and it's going to be really nice to do. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how the process is going to go, what I'm using, and if anybody wants any kind of information, I'll send my email address or whatever. And no, what I'll actually do is I'll put a list of all the products I've used, and the brands, and the ratios. And mate, honestly, just do it yourself. Like, if you can build a pond, if anyone can build a pond, the block work and all of the pipe work and design it all, trust me, you're clever enough to fiberglass it as well. So fiberglass it, save yourself a couple of grand. It's a joke, but do it yourself and buy yourself a couple of fish to go on. Mate, 2.5-3 grand, you'll fill up your bloody, you know, your pond with cracking fish, like, when you're really for free. So the first thing that's come in the post with the other pond, what I done is I used 50mm Kingspan, which is okay, you know, but I really don't think you need 50mm Kingspan. So what I've done is I've sourced on the internet, and I've got electrical underfloor insulation, and I'll show you exactly what it is now. So for this pond here, I've calculated these boards come in 1200 by 600mm, and I've calculated on this with the walls and the floor I needed about 13 boards. So I've got a pack of 15 boards, so I've got a little bit of overspill. So I'll show you what they are. So there we are. That's the stuff. It's pretty dense. It's got a little bit of flex to it, and when these are up on the wall, it's going to be super easy to cut. And I'll show you how to stick these to the wall pretty much when we come to it. But what it is, like I said, I've only learnt this from watching that GPR lining. Like, he does leave some tips away, and I've watched so many of them. I've actually learnt now that he sticks this on with resin. So he gets fiberglass resin, mixes it up, and he adds talcum powder to it to make it into a paste. Dots and dabs that against the wall, and that's what sticks it fast. Now with that pond, I done it slightly different. I used an expanding foam adhesive, so I basically squirted it all over the walls and put that on, and it, you know, it did hold it, but it definitely didn't hold it as strong as I'd liked it to hold it. So I think this is definitely going to be a better system. So this is new for me, but if it works, it's going to work for you. So we've got that. Monday I'm going to go down and pick up the matting and the resin I want from my local supplier. So I'll go through the branding, and I'll go through what matting I'm getting for that. Yeah, and I've got a little bit left of that 50mm Kingspan insulation, which I'm going to use to shape the 45-degree, you know, deflectors for the corners of the pond to give it the flow. Yeah, so that's as far as we've got. Anyway, that's as far as we've got, and that's all I've got to say today, really. I'm going to put up another video for tomorrow. I'm probably going to show you bits and bobs on the rib, and possibly by tomorrow I might have done a little bit more. I might even actually dug my easy pod in, which is going to be quite interesting. So I'd like to dig that easy pod in and put the concrete base in to leave that go off, so I can actually, you know, build the walls, the retaining walls to hold that in. And then yeah, when I'm feeling up to it, then I'm going to take this patio down, but I would say I'd need a skip for that, so I'm going to have to get a skip delivered to get rid of all of that, to get it all flat. Yeah, so that's the score. Lovely. So anyway, until then, guys, have a fantastic Saturday evening. Be safe, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, leave a comment, and I've just got one more thing before I go, and this is in homage of Telford Koi. And if you haven't seen his pond, I'm absolutely jealous as hell. So just for this one video, I've got Crocs on. So Telford's raised the bar, and I'm calling out another YouTuber, James the Koi Whisperer. Your next video, you need to be wearing Crocs, my friend. And if you don't, you've just been bitched out. So remember, guys, thanks for watching, and if you can, subscribe. Bosh.